see if this is gonna work today. Because, you know, I'm shadow banned, so sometimes people get the notification that I'm going live, and then sometimes that they don't, and they probably haven't, because, like, normally, like, with my Holistic Intentions page, like, it will pop up, and it ain't even popped up yet, but whatever. We can continue because I don't need the questions anyway.
Okay. So
we can go ahead and get started. Hey, how are you? Oh, look. People actually are getting notified. Did you guys get notified that I went live or no? Let me know if you notified or got notified, excuse me, that I went live.
Let me see. I think I may have I got notified.
Okay, you got notified. Okay, cool. Well, I am here. Hey, how are you? Okay, awesome. Good deal. So I am here with a dear friend of mine. Tell him to turn it off right quick. He can wait now. Y'all gonna hear a whole lot of everything in the background right now because my son is trying to get some stuff together. It's the other door.
Turn that off for now.
Tell him to just hold on.
You can turn it back on.
Yeah.
Just hold on. He said okay.
Oh, okay, so my son is over there using a wet dry vac, and it is loud as ever. But anyway, I am here with my girl Purple Hearts, my sister from another mister, my soul sister over here. Yay! She said yay. I do not have a large space right here because my desk is an L shape, so she is sitting right next to me. Well, she's standing here now, even though she's supposed to be sitting.
Hi.
At any rate, of course, for those of you that know, or for those of you that follow the Holistic Intentions page, knows that we do what is called the Healing Circle. She is also one of the panel members for the Healing Circle. And
which I can do better at, but I'm gonna do it, y'all.
Yeah, which we definitely got to get better at because our times like do not coordinate like at all. But we found time today, so we're gonna go ahead and have a very interesting and very deep conversation about codependency. Close the door. About codependency. Her daughter is here. You know what I'm saying? My kids are here, so it's like they're a little loud. So. We're gonna apologize in advance, but they're children, they're having fun, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So you may hear a laugh or a giggle, or you may even hear a fart in the background. So they're here. See, and there she is right there. Huh?
Stop it, Kiba.
What did Kiba do?
She don't know.
What Kiba do?
What do you do?
He's eating.
He's eating.
Well, he's supposed to eat. He hungry. She's silly. Well, she happy. That's all that matters. But anyway, come on over here, sister from another mister.
Who's here?
I know, right? With the eyeballs.
Right.
Even though he's a part of this panel, even though he's supposed to be here.
He's not here.
And in traffic right now, but we're not going to go there, Mr. Urban Gamer. At any rate, we are going to talk about codependency. This is a subject that she does have a lot of wisdom on, so this really kind of is a front seat for her. I will kind of be more of a back seat on this particular conversation. Hey, Lavender, thank you so much, darling. Let me turn this light on. Ooh.
Hi, lady.
Ooh, okay. Oh my gosh, it's a little bright.
Right.
Look, don't give me the mad
panel
face
today.
because you in traffic and you supposed to be here. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you on this panel too. So
The other panel member just where he been at.
yeah, the other panel members is where they at. But anyway, they've been doing their thing. But anyway, she's here now, and again, this is more of a front seat for her on this particular subject matter.
Okay, go back.
So I'm gonna allow her to really, you know what I'm saying, kind of speak. Wait, what?
Well, you know, it's very, very multifold. I mean, we have a.
It is multifold.
So there's a lot of people.
Give my baby a kiss. Give my baby a kiss.
Okay, come on. Even though I just gave her 2 or 3
I know.
before I started talking. She doing this because I'm talking.
Tell my daughter come get her.
Yeah, because she doing it because I'm talking. So she want to take my attention.
She want the
away.
attention. It's all right. She 4. You know what I'm saying? It happens. It is what it is.
Your mom said,
Lonnie, yeah. Grab her. Yeah. grab her for me.
remember
Where's
she was
Kiba?
on
Give her, let her play with Kiba and stuff like that. So.
I think Kiba went. Kiba eating on the sofa.
Oh, okay.
I think he has a treat.
That glare.
He has his bone.
Look, he said that glare is from you. It's the light. It ain't her. It's this light right here. And I even tried to bend it back, but it's like it doesn't matter how I bend it. It's still, no, it's
Well,
still
maybe she just
extra fucking
but she
bright.
just being all clingy. Okay.
Extra
Okay.
bright.
I mean, or let's see who's here. So for the people that are here, what?
I mean, well, in theory, because
oh,
this
you
is
hating,
right.
If there's certain area they want to start in for today, because there's just so much into it.
There is a lot into it, but keep in mind this is also going to go on YouTube, so it is more of the generality around it. You know, basically, what is it? You know, how do you identify it?
Yeah, so we can start kind of, like there, and then we can go deeper and make it like a more than one type of conversation.
Okay.
What is this shoe out the room? Hater.
No, she's right here.
I'm back. I'm back now. The hate.
Just leave her, Renee, because that TV is not gonna work because the internet is being trippy. So she's just either she's gonna deal with her, she ain't. So, well, yeah, I guess we can start off with what is codependency, and then we can kind of go in different layers. Okay,
Come on, one more time.
we can go in layers. Yeah, because my iPad is connected to the internet, which the internet is still not working the way it's supposed to. So we're just gonna go ahead and go into a few layers of basically codependency, and like I said, she is kind of a SME on that particular subject. She also is a nurse, so she is in the medical field, so she can explain the mental, the emotional, as well as the physical attributes, aspects, and tolls of codependency. So there's a lot to it, like she said. So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and allow her to sit here and let her take the front seat, because again, this is something that she's an SME in, and this is an important subject, and we're gonna go from there. We're gonna go from there. Who is she looking for?
I have no idea.
Are you looking for Nene?
No.
Who are you looking for then?
Stop.
I don't know. She's talking about she.
Oh, I hear it sound like the other panel member might be here. Was that the garage that I heard? It sounds like the other panel member might be here. So now it's about to get a little funny. But it is what it is, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to have you go ahead and come here. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay, so that we can do this. Okay, so I'll have you go ahead and take the front seat.
Hi. Oh, I'm short. Okay, so
Yeah, we got to pull that all the way down. God damn.
Okay, so I was a tad bit short when I sat down. Okay.
God damn.
So I was just like a tad bit too short for the way the camera was set, and no, I didn't do my hair or makeup. I was actually not expecting to do this today, so.
But she know I'm random. I don't see why she didn't come prepared.
And it's
She
going
know
to
we
be put
coulda got
on
slayed.
YouTube, so it's gonna get rewatched more than a few times. But I was not preparing to be on camera today. But
You want to put a funny filter on? Like we can turn you into like a camel or something like that if you want. It's up to you.
Or we can make me a dragon.
Okay, we can do a dragon.
We're missing the other panel member that was gonna laugh because I wanted to be a fire breathing dragon. Okay, so what's all in my imagination?
Don't pay
I don't
him
know.
no mind, because he about to come in here acting crazy.
And this light generates heat, guys. So it's hot too. But okay, so let's see. Besides him, who is here?
Well, we're not even paying attention to them.
Here,
We
who's
just speaking.
here?
We speaking
Oh,
in
there's so
general.
many. It's okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so with codependency, there is a lot to it, and like we were saying, probably make it multi-part series, especially too depending on how receptive people are to the topic, because a lot of times the word dependency throws people off. Because you don't necessarily like to think of yourself dependent on something, someone. A lot of people are like, oh no, I don't actually need XYZ. But there's other behaviors that come into play. And you may think it's like, oh, I need to be with somebody or be in a relationship. And that's not it either. You don't necessarily feel like you need to be in a relationship. But once you are in a relationship or dealing with someone, and it doesn't even have to be like, per se, like intimate relationship with like a boyfriend, girlfriend, or even if you girlfriend with a girlfriend, whatever. It can be parents. It can be family members. It can be your kids. Especially parents who do have drug addicted kids, codependency occurs there too. So it doesn't have to be, like that kind of relationship.
Come on.
And so with codependency, more like a list of symptoms. Yes, kind of what it states, you kind of get dependent on another person or thing. So if you start to think about how you are in relationships, like, you kind of like got either like caregiver role or rescuer role. Like you just have to take care of that other person relationship with. You just have to fix every single problem they have. You just have to make their life easier. You go above and beyond. You're like a martyr in this relationship or dealing with that person. And then comes feelings like, resentment or anger because you didn't get back what you expected. That person didn't, give you what you thought you were going to get out of doing those actions. Also things like you put everyone else before yourself or that person before yourself. Their needs, you making sure they have everything they need and you're not pouring into yourself. You can be absorbing everything, all their problems, their worries, their troubles, and you just want to make it all better. People pleasing, that's another big one. You could be a huge people pleaser. So things like that, if you notice in that's kind of how you operate in the relationship, that's big signs of codependency. It's like you put the other person's happiness before your own. They have to be happy before you can be happy. And that is like a huge flag for codependency. So kind of just starting there with it per se is how to, recognize it, because a lot of times we don't recognize it or we don't see it as a problem. We feel like this is how we have to be, whether you've seen someone else operate like, or maybe your parents, you saw them operate relationships like that, or you see people around you operate relationships like that. So you think like, well, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how it's supposed to be. Or rather, you unconsciously kind of are like that in relationships. A lot of times we can become groomed to be codependent and not even know it. A lot of times parents, can kind of unconsciously, maybe not consciously, try to groom you to be codependent, but they can, especially if you have a narcissistic parent. Because narcissistic people love codependent people because they're going to get a supply out of that person, because guess what? People pleasing. So you're going to want to make that person happy no matter what, at the, risk of your own happiness. So narcissistic people love you because you're just going to keep giving endless supply, which is what they look for. And with your parents, at a young age, what do we want? We want our parents to be happy. We want to make our parents happy. So sometimes parents can force the life they want you to live on them. And what are you typically going to do? What are most kids going to do? Most kids are going to want to make that parent happy. So they're going to do whatever it takes. Oh, dad wants me to do this or do that. I'm going to do it. Oh, my mom never smiles or my dad never smiles. So I'm going to just do whatever they want me to do to make them happy. Getting you groomed to be a people pleaser and be codependent, because of course we all want happy, loving parents that love being around us. So those are just some of the few things where we can become codependent and not even know it. And so that's where we get into how it's like multifaceted. We can also be like perfectionists as well. So of course you're going to want the perfect relationship, but then at the same time you can become overcritical. So that is another thing. Yes, we want to make the other person happy, but we can become overcritical and judgmental as well in the relationship. And hence it's going to be cycles, a lot of ups and downs. You may feel like as a person you love really hard or too much, when in reality we are just being very, very codependent. And so yeah, that is kind of like very small basis of it. And too, like I was telling Cole, depending on how receptive it is or how much more people want to talk into it, I can definitely make it a little bit more organized and structured, and definitely break it down into parts, pieces, very organized, where certain things are talked about. This is something that I have dealt with and done a lot of education on, as well as therapy myself with, and that was like, I want to say a 10-week therapy thing just based upon codependency. So it can be very, very extensive, and a lot can go into it. So yeah, just depending on how interested people are. Hi. So just depending on how interested people are, me and Cole can definitely make it more structured and things like that, and talk about it more. Because when you get into dealing with it, that becomes, more extensive as well, because codependency is not something that just goes away. You have to be conscious about it in your life, in your relationships, in your dealings with people, like every time you are interacting with other people. I am in a relationship now, and yes, I have to actively and, consciously do things or consider things, or even I talk them over with Cole, because it's so easy to slip into codependent ways of wanting to fix everything, wanting to, make sure that person like is happy or go through whatever perfectly, and you can't do that. You gotta step back, you gotta let them go through what they go through. So it is something that needs continual work all the time, especially just dealing with people, if you're going to deal with people. So that is something that does take continual work, and this has been years in the making for me, and it's not done. It's basically never done. Even working with therapists and coaches that I have had is just something that is not ever done. You have to be on top of it and aware at all times, unfortunately. So
especially when it's something that you were groomed with from childhood, and I think that's the hardest part, is because that's how you lived your life, that's how you were raised, that's how you develop your
so that makes it harder when you have been this way since a kid. And like I say, it's not even all people. I mean, my mom's the same way, basically. For the most part, she's the same way that she's been since I was a kid. I am 30, and I'll be 31 this year, and I have a 15-year-old sister. And I will say that my sister was not so like easily, and to this day my mom doesn't know that she has certain ways that can put people into codependency. That's just a talk for another time. But my younger sister was not easily groomed into that way. Like, she is very rebellious about self, not easily swayed. She does what she wants, in a sense. So, like, it's not every person. And so, like, if you, have been codependent from maybe ways you were raised, you can't expect that your siblings also are codependent or have been influenced in the same way as the parents, your parent. My sister definitely gives my mom a run for her money, so she definitely is not grooming her way into codependency. So everyone is different. So yeah, it takes a lot of continual work. And so, yeah, just depending on feedback, or I can even just kind of plan it out better and do sections.
Let's do
and
the sections.
Hey, whatever resonates, comments, share, things of that nature. But I definitely think it's an important topic, and a lot of like resources and work that I have done in regards to codependency or groups and stuff that I've joined. You don't see too many people of color, so it'll be nice to just kind of be able to give something to our people of color as well, because it is not often thought about or discussed, and like I say, it's not very many resources or groups that I was a part of for this that included us. So it's either something that we don't necessarily think about or are educated on. I know even being in like nursing, I was not educated on codependency until I had a traumatic situation occur. And that's when it became more clear and everything else. So yeah, it wasn't just something that I knew about or was taught about. And just get more awareness out there and reach more people. So I definitely think what I'll do is work on sections and break it down in that manner. And I'm not sure how many series when we do the, I guess, I don't know if this is going to be considered part 1. It can be considered intro. And then when we do the series, we can then release it with how many is going to be in it once I kind of map out everything for it. Or maybe something ongoing, because if it is very receptive, it can be something with continual output and education and resources. Especially to like somebody like me, I may not need everything from jump, but just some maintenance. I do maintenance spot checks on myself, with myself. I go look at different resources or groups that I'm a part of. I don't look at it all the time, but I will go in, spot look at things, refresh my memory kind of thing, because it's easy to slip back into old ways, especially if it is something that you've been for years or all your life. So it does get easy to slip back into old ways. So we can definitely also do kind of maintenance spot checks on the topic. So definitely even though we're gonna map out our own way of series, definitely give feedback on if it's something you're interested in. It doesn't have to be publicly. I know a lot of people don't like to discuss things of that nature publicly. So if you want to inbox it, or maybe she'll make a little survey on her story or something like that, and you guys can respond there. Maybe she'll do the percentage, or if you want to comment, she'll put some kind of survey out, and we'll just see how interested people are in it. That way it's more private and not public.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Well, one last thing, of course, before I let you go. When it comes to codependency, can you speak about how that affects your work life? How does that affect you? At a corporate job, or even working for someone, period,
Yeah. So with codependency in work life, so the big thing with that, not everyone has this particular quality, but perfectionism is often a problem in people with codependency. That idea of perfection, and I have to stop myself with that a lot, but it's easy because in corporate jobs they want you to give. For instance, my last job, we were heavily ruled by key performance indicators, so that you had to meet certain percentages in a bunch of different categories of your role if you wanted to get your bonus. And so with that, it's very easy to want to be a perfectionist. So guess what? You overwork, you put in so much time, you overdo your hours, even though there was get up.
She's okay. She's fine.
Sorry, my daughter is just being herself, I guess.
She took over my bed. It's all
right.
Clean.
Yeah, she is just, I don't know. Maybe one day. This is so out of the topic, but and maybe too, if there's any special needs parents out there, maybe we'll do special needs parenting specials or something, to make videos on that, and if there's any special needs parents out there. But so back to the corporate job thing. So it's almost like a lot of times I cannot turn off that switch. Actually, I will say I don't think I've ever really, besides my own health and everything, which is where you see that in codependency, you're putting yourself on the back burner. You will care to the death of you, of everyone around you, and it's crazy because I have a special needs daughter, so I have no choice but to like put all my care into her. But you will put care into everyone else except yourself. So it's like you have perfectionism on the outer, not necessarily on yourself. And so in corporate jobs, I've never been able to just really not do my job and say, fuck that job. Like, till the end, it's like I'm doing, making sure everything's perfect. My key performance indicators, I think it's been very few times that I got less than like 95% of my key performance indicators. And just to give aspect, you only need 80% basically in key performance indicators to get your bonus. But like I just had to be perfect and strive for 100%, and only one key performance indicator would be like 95%, and the rest of the other 4 or 5 would be 100%. Like you just kind of over give and do, and no matter how many times I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna worry about doing my 80%, that's it. Or I'm just gonna move this call down the line for another patient this time. No, I'm like calling, I'm getting everything done, I'm doing my work groups. Like I overdo it. And so codependency and corporate jobs, you can really burn yourself out. Any job, really. You can burn yourself out. You can overwork yourself. I mean, it can be rough. And then being a nurse and a codependent, like you care. You care about people. You care for others. Like I was picking up at one of my jobs a lot because we were short and I was doing 6 12-hour night shifts. And it's like, they were asking for help. It's like, okay. The hard, it's hard to say no. As codependent as well. And I worked, and I ended up falling asleep at the wheel. And crashing my sports car. No one got hurt, thankfully. No one got hurt. The cars that I hit were parked, no one in them. And somehow, even though I flipped my car, I was able to get myself out of my car. No scratches, no bruises, no injuries, no nothing. But yes, being codependent and working in any type of corporate job, you can definitely burn yourself out and work yourself way too hard. Just being focused on that whole perfectionism factor, or like I said, the inability to say no. Especially if you're in a role that requires you to like caretake or save, or it's kind of like that caretaker rescuer issue, which like I say, when I break into sectors, it can go very much deeper. And I also can refer to resources. Stop that, please. Put that down. Sorry, my daughter's doing something. Stop, leave that alone. And so as we go along, I can definitely release resources and things of that nature. And I will see if there's anything else that Cole wants me to touch on. What do you have? Thank you. Sorry. My daughter's just doing the most because I'm busy. She doesn't like when I'm doing things, actively doing other things. So, but the minute I'm like doing nothing, then she's perfectly fine. She's gone. She's doing something else. But the minute I'm doing something, then she's doing the most. Milani, I said stop it. She don't want to listen. Oh goodness. Let's see. So I just gotta wait for Cole to get back because she walked away. Yeah, you did. You walked away. Seeing if there's anything you wanted me to touch on. I talked to her.
I mean, if we've already done the...
Yeah, it's more so I said this would be like introduction. That way I can make it more structural because there's so much, you know what I'm saying? I can create just like outlines of certain topics as we go along.
Yeah, so we'll outline all of that.
Yes, and it'll be, more fluid and, with more structure. Yes, she's back at it. I already told her to stop messing with that. She doesn't listen to me.
No, you already know I'm not gonna play that mess with you.
Milani, stop it.
Yeah, but see, that's not sand, baby.
Yeah, that's not sand.
That is
She's
cocoa
messing
fiber,
with stuff.
and that's for the snakes. So you see this stuff right here for the snakes? That's what that is. Yeah, so that's cocoa fiber.
Come here, let me show you. Come here, let me show you.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, there's one person on. Is there anything that someone would like me to touch base on before we go? Like I said, we'll make it more structured, and because there's just so much that goes into it.
See it?
Nothing in particular.
But I know the snakes are in their houses though.
So nothing in particular. Oh, I did say we could do like, I don't know if you have special needs parents, people. We could do stuff on special needs.
I mean, he would be better than she would, because she just shed.
Oh, she's probably tired, huh?
Yeah, then you probably do her though. Well, I mean, he should be alright.
What's on my phone? It's very, like, wow, just shit.
So I know someone just joined. We were just talking about codependency and things to come down the line, just in regards to codependency. You can play sand at home, baby.
Look, look. He's gonna
Are you
show
gonna
you
say
the
hi?
snake. Yep, come on.
Hi.
Oh, she said hi.
There she goes.
Say hi. Go ahead. Hi.
Hi.
There you go. So you're on camera. Oh, now you're happy.
Hammer. Hey.
Hey.
You say hey.
You're so excited. Say hi, everybody.
Say hey, everybody. Say
You want to?
hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. It's a quarter.
It's a quarter. Oh, you show everyone your quarter.
Get out, Kiba. Now.
Yeah, I'm back.
Wow.
Wow. Show everyone your quarter. Say I have a quarter. And what else is there? She just is like taking over the live for now. She's happy. It'll be a camera. What is this?
Happy.
Penny? You gonna show everybody your penny? No.
It also is that.
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah, see, it's 1 cent. Say hi.
Hi.
It's Penny.
It's pretty.
Yeah, you show everyone your penny. Don't put it in your mouth.
It's being sad.
It's sad. Where's your quarter? You gonna show everybody your quarter? I know, she just took over the live. She took over.
Like
Yeah.
the
The snake. You want to see the snake?
Well, he had him out, but she wasn't over there.
Right,
Put him
because she's too
away
busy on
now.
camera.
Mhm. And he just ate, so we can't do too much with him.
I like it.
You like snake? Oh, you see the snake. Oh, she
Is
sees the
it-
snake things.
Elephant.
Oh.
Oh, and
okay.
an elephant. Yeah. Oh. What else? Do you want to talk about anything? Hmm?
Mm.
You want to talk about anything else? No?
Are you
That's
done?
it? Are you done? Are you going to say bye-bye?
Bye bye. I want to say hey.
You want to say hey? You did say hey. You said hey already. Yeah, so I guess she's done now. So I'll flip it up and come. Okay. Bye.
All right, y'all. So,
Say hey.
yeah.
Move
So,
along.
if y'all have anything, hold on, I'm trying to get her to be able to get out comfortably, because this is not a really large space, so we gotta work with what we got. But at any rate, as she stated, just dealing with codependency. It's okay. He's fine. He's okay this time. I just didn't want him bothering the snake. So basically, like I stated, as you've seen, there was just a lot to go over, and there's a lot that goes into codependency. So I can say, of course, that I've had some attributes, especially when it comes to people pleasing and, you know, trying to have things perfect and stuff like that. So there are some things, you know, of course, that she has called out from my life. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I lived my life for a while. So there's a lot to it, and there's a lot of layers. So what we're going to do is I'll take a vote, but for the most part, we're going to make it structured. Oh, really? I uploaded a few videos. But for the most part, we are going to make it pretty structured, and we're going to go from there. So if there's anything that is very specific that you want to touch on, you know, let us know, of course.
Hey.
Do you have anything to say?
Come sit down.
I'm hungry.
You hungry? Okay.
We got a popsicle.
And he went and got a popsicle.
Yay!
I'm codependent on food right now.
No. Go.
Okay, so one of the panel members is codependent on food at this time.
But it's not really food, it's a popsicle.
Yeah.
But trust me, he has such a love for popsicles, honey.
That's a love
That's
for food.
why there's so many in there.
Got such a love for food too.
Well, what do you want to eat?
I don't know. I just want food. I'm gonna have to put some crab in it.
Do you want to eat a part of your lunch or no?
I should eat my crab legs.
You ate some crab legs. Look at, he a serial killer. He bites the ice cream with
I
his
know, I
two
was looking at that. I'm like, God damn.
And look at it, he gonna do it again. Or and you gonna do it in slow motion.
Keep it down, keep it down.
Now you did all sensual and shit.
Down, keep it down.
Anyway,
Look at Kiba. Look at Kiba.
now the dog over here hyped up. And she loves the dog, so when she come over here, it ain't even our dog no more. Like, that's her dog.
Tell
So,
him he's too late. Milani left.
huh?
I told him to come so he can talk to Milani. But Milani
Oh yeah, she gone. She said bye. She over there with Kiba now. So you already know when Kiba here, nobody matters. Nothing even matters.
Yeah, she done bounced.
I believe the corporate world because thinking of my own is scary. Yep. See, look, I told you that corporate, that corporate shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? That's a big one. That's a big one. That's why that was one of the first ones that I did want her to touch on is, you know, the corporate world, of course. So we'll go through the corporate world. We'll go through family. We'll go through friends as well. It's not only, that's one thing is like when she says relationships, she's not only talking about someone that you're involved with romantically. These are friendships. Milani. These are friendships as well. So these are not only someone that you are involved with romantically. So it comes to friendships. It comes to, you know, people that you just kind of have an interaction with, different type of relationships, family, cousins, yeah, you know, friends, hell, homie, love a friend. You know what I'm saying? People that you just kind of bumping uglies with from time to time. Like it all. Well, I hope y'all ain't got no side pieces, but if you got a side piece, then there's possibly a codependency portion on there. But and apparently there's a codependency of wait, what? I'm like, hold on a second, wait. I would hope ain't nobody codependent upon COVID. But anyway, I think this was an amazing segment. Of course, it'll be downloaded, edited. It is going to be loaded on Holistic Intentions. It is going to be loaded on YouTube. It is going to be loaded on Patreon. So, yeah, like I said, she's an SME because she has been through the therapy. She has been through those studies and things like that. So I felt that she was definitely the best person to be the front face of this particular topic. So I appreciate you guys for joining in. If you do, of course, have any questions, do feel free to hit my DMs. Questions only. People know I'm not nice, so don't slide in my DMs on no slick shit because you're going to get exposed. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for joining. And there will be more to come. Oh, the other topics as well. The two men of the panel have to take over. We'll go over that. Don't look at me that way.
No, because you just volunteered for someone. I don't know what y'all talking about.
You voluntold. Not
No,
volunteered.
remember, I had already
Look,
told you about the healing circle and the panel.
They're
Me, her,
voluntold.
you, and Ty.
Ain't no
Like this was
volunteer.
already.
Voluntold.
We said this already. Like this was said months ago.
Understand this though. I cannot talk about nobody else. No, I'm damaged. I'm broken. I'm shattered.
That's the
I'm
point.
broken.
Do you think that we're all perfect? No. You have to speak from a male perspective. He has to speak from a male perspective. We ain't got dick and balls. We can't speak to how y'all emotions work. Y'all emotions work differently. Men, I'm telling y'all.
To the men of the,
Right,
of the
you have to
population.
speak to exactly. You got to speak to the men of the population. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't have testosterone. Shit, I barely got estrogen. Okay, so listen.
Hey, Mike. You just said something about dick and balls. They got to do with their sexual healing.
I didn't say sexual healing. I said healing. You have, but you have testosterone. I don't possess that.
Small friend.
I don't produce that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't speak to that portion. So
I don't know, man. Got the one from Chicago and you from Compton. Those are only.
Oh my God.
he want me to be from Compton so bad. At any rate, so the two men will have their segments
Hey,
on
keep on the panel.
the male
said Kiba
perspective.
on the panel.
Kiba don't have no balls. He ain't got no fucking perspective. Kiba ain't got no testosterone. Man, they neutered our dog. I'm probably not gonna upload this entire thing to YouTube because this done got all out of hand. This done went a whole nother way. So, at any rate, the men of the panel will have their segments as well.
Yeah.
They have a lot of topics. They have a lot of subjects that they can also bring forth when it comes to men. So, therefore, they'll have their own kind of little... I hear him mumbling, but as you see... Look, but he mumbling and smiling because he already know that we done had this conversation. So, we'll figure it out. We'll continue, and we'll make sure that we are trying to post as often as possible because our life has been busy. Like, we have been busy lately. Like, it has been crazy. You know, this one over here worked like a Jamaican, so she got 17 goddamn jobs. So, but you see, she didn't deny that shit.
No, it's not that thing.
She got so many goddamn jobs. Shit, we can't even keep up with one another. We text throughout the day, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, "Nah, she's asleep." But we will coordinate a lot more. And we'll just go through a lot of different aspects, you know what I'm saying, for the healing circle. So there's so many different touch points, so many different topics and stuff like that for us all to really touch on. And we'll just go from there. So I think my niece is over here counting me out right now. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. So thank you so much for joining.
Give it to him, man. Why you take his bone? It's okay, Milani. She's not happy.
Children.
The dog's bone.
It's all right. That's what they do. They take his bone so he can chase him or whatever. I thought I threw that thing away. Okay, well, Indian Princess said that she's in. So would you like to be a guest? Are you comfortable with coming on and possibly sharing a little bit of your story? If you are, that'll be awesome. But she definitely said that she's in, so she wants to be a part. Milani, stop yelling, babe. Thank you. So, I guess this thing is like a little lag. We'll coordinate, so we'll let you know. But just if you're open to it, then that's our touch point right then and there. It's like if you're open to it, and we'll go. Okay, cool. So we have someone that is willing to come in and share. So, okay. Well, awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here so I can interact with the household. So, why you look at me like that?
Push that ring light over, man. Don't
You better not push my ring light over. But I'm gonna go ahead and torture folks. So I appreciate you guys. Bye.
She got a lot going on. She can afford me.